Hey guys, welcome back. If you haven't been here before, I am Madeline Lemon. I live in an Airstream full-time, traveling around the country with my husband, and seek for adventure, wellness, and fulfillment through our lifestyle. So today I just want to talk about something that's extremely important to me and probably very important to you if you care anything about staying healthy, especially if you live a busy, active lifestyle or you're on the road a lot, and that is stress. Stress is something that affects us all in different ways. And for me, just a little background story personally, I have a very difficult relationship with stress. For the record, I have Crohn's disease and I was diagnosed when I was 14, so it's been a little over 15 years. And for a lot of that time, I was on prescription medication, had surgery, all kinds of crazy stuff, and just dealt on and off with like real sickness. But basically it leaves me with high inflammation in my body, which creates a lot of discomfort in the abdominal area. It's an autoimmune disease, so my immune system is overreacting to something that basically isn't there. So for the first time in a very long time, I just went to my naturopath, got my blood test results back. I asked her to run a panel for like every marker of inflammation that she could in my blood because I wanted to know if I was having any inflammation. And for the first time in forever, my test results came back with zero. That's right, zero inflammation. And that is huge for me. I have never, I don't think ever in my life had zero inflammation. And the reason I wanted to show this video is because I feel like I've kind of cracked the code on dealing with chronic stress in your life and reducing inflammation, which is like my number one thing to stay healthy. And any doctor will tell you that inflammation and stress are the root cause of so many illnesses. I was very intentional about doing some specific things to reduce my stress, especially with the lifestyle that we live. It can be absolutely nuts to be on the road and traveling all the time, and I wanted to share them with you so that you could implement them into your life and hopefully deal, if you're having any type of autoimmune issues, stress, inflammation, all that type of stuff. I feel like these days everybody's dealing with some form of illness. This is what's personally helped me. I am definitely not a doctor. I am not diagnosing or treating anything, and I'm excited to share it, so let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that I do for stress, and I think everyone can relate to this, is to plan ahead and stick to a routine. I live a crazy lifestyle. When we're traveling, you know, sometimes we stay places a month, sometimes we stay places 2 days, and it can get really crazy. So the most important thing for me is keeping a schedule, going to bed at the same time every single night, waking up at the same time every single day, doing my morning routine, which I get into a little bit in this video, and also just planning ahead. So making sure that I'm not just last minute trying to decide where we're going or last minute trying to get things in and fit them in to my schedule to help reduce stress, because that never works. I like to just make sure that I keep my morning routine and my evening routine the same no matter where we are in the world or where we are in the country, and it really helps me stay grounded. The number two thing that helps me with managing stress, especially while on the road, is meditation. Now, I know meditation can sound scary for a lot of people, so there are a ton of apps that you can download that'll help you get started if you're not already meditating. A lot of people love the Headspace app. I don't like guided meditation. I like silent meditation. So I use the Insight Timer app, and I usually meditate for anywhere between 10 to 30 minutes depending on how much time I have in the morning. And sometimes I even put on an app called binaural beats. And this is a crazy app, but it seriously works for relaxation. So basically what it is, you have to use headphones. You put it in and it plays 2 different waves of sound in each ear, slightly off from each other. And your brain has to balance the sounds. It just naturally wants to bring those sounds together. And so you can program it to how many hertz you want it to be, and you can do it shows on the app. Whether you want it for like meditation or for sleep or for focus. I pretty much only ever use it for meditation, but I swear it brings me into like an altered state of consciousness. It is incredible. It's called binaural beats. Here's how you spell it, and it's legit for sure. Okay, the third thing I've done to really help with my inflammation is supplements. These are specifically targeted for stress relief and inflammation in the body. So let me just go through them really quick. So the first one, and probably the most effective in terms of inflammation, is turmeric. I'm sure you've heard of turmeric, maybe not. Turmeric is a root vegetable similar to ginger. It's a lot more potent in terms of anti-inflammation, although ginger is really good for that as well. This is called Synchro Gold, and basically it's turmeric extract, black pepper, and that's about it. Apparently, based on some studies that they've done, black pepper increases the absorbability of turmeric by like 2000% or something crazy. So I basically take about 2 shots of this every single day when I'm experiencing inflammation in my body, and I find that it really helps calm things down. The second supplement that I want to talk to you about, which is good for stress and inflammation, is CBD oil. And I don't know if you know what CBD oil, but it comes from the hemp plant. And it does not get you high. A lot of people think that CBD oil is like weed oil and then it's gonna get you high, but it has no psychoactive effects at all. It just has an effect on your body and your cannabinoid receptors, which is a whole other scientific thing which I won't get into, that basically helps reduce inflammation, and it can help with things like anxiety especially. And the one that I use is called scalar oil, and I drop it underneath my tongue. And you can actually use it topically as well if you have pain, which I have some major TMJ issues, and so sometimes I'll rub it on my jaw and that can really help. The third supplement that I take is fish oil, and you want to make sure that you're getting a really good source of fish oil, because if you're getting a crappy form of fish oil, you're getting a lot of toxins, possibly mercury, possibly all kinds of stuff from these farmed fish. So the one I take is Omegagenics, and I really like this one. It was recommended from my naturopath and it's treated me really well. I also sometimes take cod liver oil when my inflammation is super high. Okay, so for the fourth supplement, this is called GABA. It works on the GABA receptors in your brain and helps massively with stress and anxiety, which in turn helps with inflammation, with your sanity, with all kinds of stuff. I have dealt with a history of anxiety, and this thing is like #1 in terms of anxiety. The fifth and final supplement that I'm going to talk about today is magnesium. I take magnesium glycinate because it doesn't cause digestive upset, but this is what I take right before bed to help me sleep. I also take another sleep supplement, which is my miracle worker for sleep, but if you're interested in that, just let me know in the comments below and I can talk about that in another video. But this one, it's generally just very calming and really helpful as well to deal with stress. Okay, so the fourth thing I'm going to talk about is infrared saunas, and I think that this had a huge impact on reducing my overall stress and inflammation when I was dealing with a lot, when I was having massive TMJ issues and Crohn's disease symptoms. I went to the infrared sauna almost every single day. Now, I got a Groupon package that made it a lot cheaper. Infrared saunas can tend to be very expensive. Infrared saunas work by heating your actual body, not the air around you. So they're a lot cooler than a traditional sauna, which makes you able to stay in there quite a bit longer. They increase the body temperature, causing you to sweat out toxins. And #1, they're extremely relaxing. I usually sit in there, I turn off all the lights, I turn on some relaxing music, and it is like heaven to be in there for about 30 minutes. And it also has a result of reducing stress because you're bringing blood flow to different parts of your body. And honestly, I don't exactly know how every spectrum of the infrared waves work on the body and everything, but what I know is that it definitely works. My pain is greatly reduced. I feel much more relaxed, and of course, anytime you sweat profusely for 30 minutes, you just feel incredible afterwards. #5 is eat well. We all know we should eat well. There's a billion different diets out there, and it drives me crazy when I look online and it's like ketogenic is the new diet, low fat, high carb vegan is the new diet, and all these things work for everybody and they heal your body and all these things. Here's the truth. Everybody's body is different. So what works for me may not work for you. I believe it was Michael Pollan who said this. Eat food, mostly plants, not too much. So basically, in a nutshell, eat real food. In general, I try to stick to a balanced diet. I try to really prepare foods ahead of time, especially if we're traveling, and it helps me stay sane. If we were eating at McDonald's and Taco Bell and Subway, like while we were traveling, I just know that my body it would not be a pretty picture for stress or inflammation or anything in my whole body. And so I cannot do that. It's very important to me to eat semi-healthy while on the road. Even if we have to eat out, eating at somewhere like Chipotle or something like that is a way better choice than driving through the drive-thru. The sixth tip I have for reducing stress and staying happy is community. Now, community can be really, really hard to find on the road. It's much easier when we are here among other people. Like last night was Halloween and we went to this crazy party at my sister's house where there were like a million kids running around and we went trick-or-treating. It was so, so fun. I'm a little deer. Actually did a costume for the first time in years. I'm so proud of myself. Got Rosie the Riveter here.
I need it to be like up here actually.
Looking good. What you got going on there? Oh, hi.
Maybe where am I looking? Straight salad, but
this is my great cook. So proud of you.
And
look
apparently
right here.
teenagers don't like a lot of salad.
Hey. It's hard to not look at yourself. I'm looking at myself. Happy Halloween! Whoa! You guys look amazing. The whole family.
He's been disarmed.
Sean!
Open that door, bro. Open that door.
Open the door.
There you go. Does the other door open? Does the other door open? No. You'd be so in if the yeah. Take the top off.
Only I would have done more sun salutations.
Look at him. Look how awkward he is right now. Really. Who is this person? Oh my goodness.
So when I'm here, it's really important to me to connect with family, connect with friends. And when we are on the road, it's very important to me to try and meet people, try and go out and do things, get out of the Airstream, get out of the little campground that we're in, into the world, and have community. I think laughter, joy, connection, and all of those types of things it seems so simple, but it's incredibly important. If you isolate yourself, you will feel stressed, you will feel anxious, you will feel depressed. And I think that having even just a small amount of community every single week can work wonders. Number 7 is exercise. And this has been a massive game changer for me when it comes to reducing stress. And I've kind of had a love-hate relationship with exercise for a long time, but I finally found something that works for me. Now I have like no space in here to do exercise. I have the space of a yoga mat, and not a full yoga mat like you can spread your legs out, but just the yoga mat. So if I do yoga in here, I have to modify everything. I can exercise in here if it's raining, but most of the time I go outside or I go to a friend's house. I've been going to my parents' house the last couple of weeks while we've been here to work out, and it's been a huge help. So if you can find a gym, a park, if you don't have money to afford a gym membership, just do a home workout, just stretch, do yoga, go on YouTube, find a video. There are like 1.5 million, probably more, literally, videos of home workouts that you can do. You'll never get bored and you'll be moving your body, and for your soul and for your happiness, it is huge. Absolutely incredibly important. In fact, I should have put it towards the top of the list because it's that important. The 8th and final tip that I have is getting regular body work done. Now this can come in a lot of forms. So for example, today I'm going to get a massage. I don't do this a lot. I know that it can get really costly, but if you have the chance to go to either a kinesiologist, an acupuncturist, a massage therapist, a chiropractor, anything like that, and have someone work on your body and help you relax, it can be huge for you in terms of stress. And for me, again, it's just incredibly important to keep grounded, especially with our lifestyle. When we're traveling around all the time, if I can stop in whatever city that we're in and get a massage, it just makes me feel like, okay, I can breathe, I'm here, and everything around me might be crazy, but I can finally relax and just settle into wherever we are. Okay, so those are my top 8 tips for reducing stress in your life and in turn inflammation and sickness. So let me know in the comments what works for you. Do any of these work for you? Do you guys do any of this stuff? Or give me other ideas, because I'm always looking for things to keep me grounded and keep me sane while we're on the road. Also, let me know if you like this type of video. This is more of a sit down video, which I haven't done before, but I feel like this information is relevant to everyone, so let me know. Also, if you like this video, I'd be so thankful if you'd give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.